Hi everyone, I'm back with the weekly tarot scope, and so this is for the week of August 1st to August 7th. And happy Lammas or Lunasa to my pagan friends, and to Canadians, happy long weekend. And to everyone else, just happy August, I guess. Alright, so I have already shuffled. This is the Green Witch Tarot, which has been my July tarot deck. So as always, we will start with Aries. So Aries, you got the 10 of Athames, or 10 of Swords. So this is a week of endings, Aries, but in a way it's going to be a relief. It's going to be a time when things kind of come to a completion. So anything that, if something's been bothering you for a while, or there's something that really needed to kind of be put to rest or put to an end, this is the week to do it. The week to say, no, I'm not doing this anymore, or the week to say goodbye to things, but it's going to be a relief when it happens. So don't dread it. It really is for the best. Taurus, we have the 3 of Wands. So Taurus, this is going to be a time where you're really planning things for the future, but also starting to see your plans come into fruition. So this is a time when the real step forwards after the planning phase are going to start to take effect. And you're going to start to see, like, okay, like my creative plans, my career plans are starting to come into fruition. Also a good time to plan a trip as well, if you are thinking of doing that. But it's really a time of acknowledgement where you're feeling like, yeah, I'm on the right path and I'm going where I need to go. For Gemini, we have the 6 of Chalices. Gemini, it's going to be a great week. A lot of nostalgia. Maybe you're running into people you haven't seen in a while, but in a good way. Also a time to spend time with your kids, or to nurture your inner child and really just find that childlike sense of joy. So if this is a week or that you've been taking some time off, that's great, because it's going to be relaxing for you. But even if you're not, find some time to do something joyful or playful with your week. For Cancer, we have the 10 of Wands. Cancer, you might be feeling overwhelmed this week and just overly busy and overly responsible for things. And this card really tells you that you need to put some things down. And that means that you're going to have to give people back their problems, because as a warrior, you're trying to, Cancer's a warrior. I have a Cancer moon, I know. Sometimes we take on other people's worries and responsibilities, and we need to give it back to them. So we're not carrying everything. We're not doing everything for everybody. So this is a time for self-care and a time for thinking, what can I delegate to others? What's not my responsibility? Leo, we have the Ace of Athames. So this is a great time, Leo. It's, new moon in Leo, great time for new starts, to take on new challenges, to take on things that, maybe we haven't tackled before. So it's going to be really a time of new ideas and inspiration, and a time of new beginnings for you, Leo. For Virgo, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So Virgo, you're definitely going to be feeling like you have a lot on your plate, but in a good way. You're feeling very abundant. You're feeling like you have a lot, but maybe you're holding on to things and keeping your plate full so that you don't have to take on new things, or you're keeping it full and you're avoiding, sharing with others, or you're avoiding taking on, new things in your life. Like I was saying, like, it's just like your plate is really full and you're happy about it. But sometimes when it's full, that can get us to the point where we feel overwhelmed, or it can lead us to not having room to let new things into our lives. So maybe it's time to examine, is there something on my plate that I can let go of? And how can I share my good fortune with others? For Libra, we have the Page of Chalices. So Libra, you're going to be nurturing some new creative ideas, maybe nurturing a new relationship or friendship. It can even sometimes signify pregnancy. So if that's not something you want in your future, then, take steps, I always say. But if so, this is a good time. But it's a really good time to kind of focus on developing your intuition, your sensitivity, your creativity, and nurturing new projects. And sometimes that means that we have to kind of not talk about them to everybody. We just have to kind of protect them and shelter them. For Scorpio, we have the stars. So some good news for Scorpio this week. Definitely a week of hope and promise, and things looking up and feeling like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, especially if you've been struggling for the past little while. For Sagittarius, we have the Knight of Wands, a very Sagittarius card, that's for sure. I always associate this with Sagittarius, but it's a time of action. A time of, if you're moving or traveling, this is an excellent omen, but it's saying that you need to take action, to move forward quickly. It's going to be a busy, action-filled week. for Capricorn, we have the Queen of Athames, the Queen of Swords. So Capricorn, you might have to make some decisions this week. Use your wisdom, use your experience. People may not always like your decision, but you have to do what's best for you. And people may be seeking your advice as well this week. And it's saying to be straightforward with them. Aquarius, we have the Queen of Wands. So Aquarius, a time to really express yourself creatively. If you're working on a creative project, this is an excellent omen saying that things will start to come to fruition. It's also a time to maybe for hosting a party, it looks like that will go really well, but to really express yourself in your friendships and to express yourself creatively. And finally, Pisces, last but not least, the Two of Chalices, 2 Cups. So great time for romance and for friendship too. Just to get together with, you know, if you're spend time with your partner if you have one. If not, this shows potential that you might meet someone. But it's also a good time to just be, you know, present in your friendships and enjoying things on a one-on-one basis. So that's what I see for the cards. I'm going to look at the bottom for the overall of the week, and we have the 5 of Athames. Now, this card to me really talks about that, you know, sometimes there are people in our lives or situations in our lives that are really negative, and there's really not a lot that we can do to change those people or to make them see things no matter how much we try. So sometimes we have to distance ourselves from that because we're not going to really get anything out of the conflict with them. And so I know for some of the signs there were things about letting go, and so I think this is pretty pertinent for them. But for others, it's saying that maybe, you know, with some of the more positive cards, no cards really positive or negative, but just saying we need to kind of distance ourselves from negativity. And I know there's been like a lot of negativity in the news, a lot of negative things happening in the world, and we need to sometimes step back and look at the positive, because sometimes, you know, there's a lot more focus on the negative when really there's a lot more positive things going on around us. So that's what I'm seeing for the cards. If you've noticed anything else or you have any comments, please put below, like and subscribe. I'll see you all next time.